All right, guys. Welcome back. This is 68 part 3. I just closed out the part 1. This is part 2. We're going to start off really simply getting this thing wired up. I got to extend wires, remove a voltage regulator, do some pedals, put valve covers back on it. This is the final push. And, should be running, hopefully, relatively shortly for you guys, not for me, because cutscenes are real when I'm doing wiring. So let me bring in, show you what we're doing for the wiring, and just take it step by step and be on the road, hopefully relatively soon. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see in here, but all these wires are now basically short. I'm getting at is they don't reach. I can unloom them some and make them fit, but I don't like doing that. I don't want to stretch. I don't want to stretch wires if I don't have to. I mean, they're close. They're just right at that point where I don't feel comfortable pulling on old wires. There's nothing different between this engine and the other engine as far as like run length. It's just the other engine also had oh shit. I might only have to extend one. I am looking at the other engine currently, and I just realized that the coil on this engine is pointing forward. The one on the other engine is pointing backwards. Woo! Good news is this coil isn't connected to anything. That's weird. That's so strange. Gotta fix a clamp. A clamp. Positive. Still gonna have to extend this oil cooler oil pressure line. For some reason that's reaching short. Negative, positive. This is for the electronic ignition. Just slap that on. Pull this out of the way. Slam this coil back in here. I never noticed the coil on the old, this is from the other car. I never noticed it because, we're still short for the alternator, so I got to extend for the alternator. Alright, I only got to extend for the alternator. Ignition, everything else is good. We got to repin it anyway, because instead of being a spade terminal, it's going to be a ring terminal. And then the chargeback fielding wire has to be extended. And like I said, I'm just going to extend for the oil cooler. It reaches. It's just the linkage for the carbs are putting stuff into a bind. And like I said, I really don't like stressing anything. So let me start cutting, extending, and getting this thing working. It's a bunch of soldering. I don't think you guys care to watch me do that. just because it is as exciting as it sounds. So when I get this thing all wired in, I'll bring it back. I gotta tighten the alternator too, it's a little loose. Plan. Took a minute, but it's wired up. Right now, I'm just going to check the valves. I've gone over this before. Jeez. I got over this before. Chromoly, you set them to loose 0. So basically tight and a little chatter. I don't know. It's a feel thing. Well, I mean, it is a feel thing. It's more or less. Why don't I use the wrench I normally use? No. Probably because I don't know where the hell it is. No. Did I lose it? It's right in front of my face. I have a specially bent one. Like I said, you set chromoly to loose lash, loose 0, however you want to say it. I go probably a little looser than typical, just due to the fact that well, I don't know. I don't trust it. I like to have a little lash, I guess, but not, not like 6 or 8 thou worth. More like a bit. I want to be able to pull up and down on the rocker, if that makes any sense. And not, a crazy amount. Just enough to know I have some squish in there. Yeah, it feels good. That feels good. That feels good. They're probably all going to be good. I'm just going through this to, check my, cross my T's, dot my lowercase j's. Lost the wrench. Shoot. It's getting late and I'm getting dopey. A lot of this stuff is taking a bit longer than, there it is. A bit longer than I was anticipating. Nothing major, like crazy, but definitely running a little longer than I wanted. Turning this bolt, I have to be careful because I'm using my an open box end, and it barely fits, so I don't want to. We're coming around. I don't want to strip it. So I had another wrench I thought I made for this, or maybe it's for another engine. I'm not sure. Right now I'm just talking because stress. Clamp. All right, bellow. Forward bellow before I forget that. Shunk. Let's get it from the bottom side. Might make my life a little easier. Lowered radio. I've been rocking out, guys. Bad thing is, every now and then I get a blip of a, I guess, popular song, and YouTube doesn't like that. They like to say, hey, you're not monetizing this song. So, geez. Why is there, my thing is did this engine somehow get overfilled? Because there is a ton of oil still coming out of this thing. And I've had these valve covers off. But we'll put the valve covers on tomorrow. I just want this thing to, drain. What the hell was I doing? Bella, up. Yeah, it should be easier. I say this now as I get all the rust and crap in my face. I am recommending a new exhaust for this thing. I don't know how that's going to go yet. I am putting this on backwards, isn't it? Aren't I? I just took it off. I can't remember which side's which. Yeah, I was putting it on backwards. Let's put it on the right way. I can't remember if I put it, if this one's new or if the one on the 66 I work on is new. But I did replace one of these on an engine or on a Type 3. I just can't remember which one it was. It might have been the 66. I like them, but they're a pain in the butt to get on. Sometimes they just boop on. Sometimes they do not just a boop on. Yeah, it's on. A little more up top. There we go. All right, that's on. Bellows on. Wired. Like I said, I'm going to wait for tomorrow to shove those valve covers on. I had a can of brake clean. It was like brand new. And I have no idea where it went. This is almost empty. Just trying to get all this oil out of this thing. Or off of this thing. Iran has nothing on the amount of oil that's dumped out of this engine so far. Should open up my own thing. I was going to say brewery, but that's not it. Refinery. It's up there, ain't it? Yeah. Freaking brake clean. Let's do something stupid. Got it. What's that line from Smoking the Bandit 2 when they're asking about diesel? If that gas station attendant had any more diesel, he'd be in comparison with OPEC or something like that. Underrated movie. It sucked, but you know what? It's pretty good. OPEC would be calling him. Anyway, I feel about the same with the oil that's dumping out of this engine. Still got an oil change. I don't have oil. I got to wire the inside. These are things that are running through my head on the terribleness that's going on. I think the next thing we're going to do is wire the interior. Get rid of the voltage. Where are you guys? What? Do the voltage regulator. All this is good over here. Valves are fine. We just checked them. Flashlight. Words are hard, especially for me. Yeah. Underside's done. Bellows are in. Heat's in. That's plugged in. I'm gonna let this thing finish draining because I know I fought the valve covers on this thing. Engine's wired. Engine's plumbed. Yeah. The last things to do are voltage regulator and start it. Well, oil change and start it. I'll start it on this oil. I don't care. There's plenty. I fixed the pedals. I did lube them. They are returning, so that's another thing I need to wait on. Oh yeah, and I did order, which sucks. I did order a cable extender because for some reason I know I threw this cable in. It's newer, but it's short. So I got to put a cable extender in. The bad thing is it's barely short. So that means I have to cut this cable to extend it. I know that doesn't make any sense. Yeah, I have to basically, I'm on the second notch here. Let me bring you in. All right, what I was saying is I'm on the second notch just to get the throttle cable. Typically, you're on the bottom. So this is just adding extra force, stress to the cable. But I ordered cable extender to extend, basically, I got to shorten that cable to put the extender on to get to the height I need. I don't know why this short. It's not like the cable's pinched or bound. I checked that. I figured it was like wrapped up or something like that and just I'm losing length. Nope, it's fine. Hence why I also lubed the pedals due to the fact that I was under there to see if that cable was somehow like flipped and shortened. If that had happened. But, oh yeah, I did trim for the air filter on this side, too. What else? Yeah. All this is wired plug. I think I have this plugged into the right one. There's 2 ports back here. We'll know when it doesn't charge. And then I'll flip it. All that's on. Coils mounted nicely. Let me snap down the distributor cap before I forget, like I do almost every video when I take the distributor cap off. And I say, how well these engines run. And then realize the damn cap's dancing. Which is still a true statement. They run great. It's almost like the clips are extra. All right. Like I said, fuel's in. I'm happy where it's sitting. Wires are in. I'm happy with I mean, it is what it is with the wiring, but I mean, it's not like touching anything or, screwing anything up. Those are plugged in. The electronics make me a little nervous. What else? Yeah, oil change, and we'll get it out of here. All right, plan is tomorrow. Because like I said, it's late. It's almost midnight. This took a lot longer than expected, just going through, fiddling, and making runs work the way I needed them to or the way I want them to. Still got to pick up oil, stuff like that. So it's not really a dire thing that's not getting done right now. Or the test drive's not happening right now. We might, just depending. It's supposed to rain tomorrow, but just depending how tomorrow goes. We're on the home push. Basically, I gotta get it charging, which isn't a big deal. Just stick around with the voltage regulator, short some wires together, and we're done on that part. But do voltage, get it to charge, change the oil. We'll do that probably after we run it, just so it gets hot and anything that's been sitting in here gets sludged down. Not a big deal. And then take it out. I will drive it with, me personally anyway, I will drive it with the throttle cable like this, because if it does snap because of tension, it's not a big deal. It's me, and I'll take the tow bill, obviously, because I'm the idiot. But it's not going to go with that, because I like it on the bottom, because it's less stress on the cable because of, articulation. That probably didn't make sense. The fulcrum is higher, so it's more cable stress than if it was lower. You need less effort. That makes sense. Anyway, science. So yeah, let me, I'm probably not, I'm not going to do anything tonight. Usually I say I'm not going to do anything. I turn off the camera, I do things. Yeah, but I am tired, actually. I had a long day. There was some festivities in town and a bunch of other stuff going on today. So, yeah, I'm running behind on my own personal schedule. So, going to get a good night's sleep. Pork was good, by the way, if you watched my first video. Random input. You can tell I'm getting dopey hour. I'm going to screw something up if I keep working. So, with that said, let me close this one out, or at least tonight out. Join me in the morning. We're down to, like I said, we're down to voltage regulator. I'm at the point where I can just knock it out. But like I said, it's late. I got a damn stupid muffler on too. Again, it's late. If I get the voltage regulator to charge, well, guess what? It's going to get fired up. And then guess what? It's going to be freaking loud. Oh, can I use that? Ooh. What the F did this go to? I have a random cable extender, which isn't the cable extenders I usually normally use. I sound like Porky Pig. Oh, can I get away with this one? I don't think so. Yeah, this isn't going to get... I mean, it would work in a pinch. I'd have to drill the backside out, which I don't want to do. I know, it's an option. I do have a cable extender. It's just not... These are what I'm talking about. Yeah, basically I got to cut the cable to extend the cable. It's in that weird mid-range or whatever. This one's screwed up. I modified it. I drilled the backside for a really big cable, so that's why I'm not using that one. But like I said, it's drivable as it is. It's just not deliverable as it is. You can tell I'm getting tired because I'm repeating myself. Hey, let's put the back in note. Where's the... Uh-oh. I know you know exactly what I was talking about. Get over here. The dipstick. Holy shit. Dude. I don't know if you can tell, but it's all the way to hell up here. Why does it have so much oil in it? Why? It's clean looking. I can just drain some out. Why is there so much oil in this engine? I gotta ask the owner if he added. Because I know I didn't put this much in. That's excessive. That is a very excessive amount. Like, there's no reason it should be this high. It's been sitting and it drained out. How much was in here? Yeah, I don't know if it's picking up on a stick, but it's up here. It's supposed to be down here, not up here. So on that note, join me in the morning. Holy crap. All right, guys, I'm back. Trying to get this exhaust on. I have to do a little bit of a creative metal moving because it hits that rear valance. Not a fan, obviously, but, well, it is what it is. I don't want to destroy the, valance any more than it already is, and I say that just because if you look at it, there's a piece of sheet metal already across it. So, I don't know if it's an air diffuser or what, and it is slightly tweaked already. It's not tweaked enough. I beat the crap out of this muffler already. Keep the top in. It's not the greatest shape, so I don't feel like, bad doing it. But what I'm going to do now is heat the pipe and hopefully tuck it back enough to clear the rest of the valance. I might have to massage it out a little bit, but I don't think it's that bad. Also, let me drain the oil while I'm here. Get all the fun stuff out. I did throw the valve covers on already, just because, well, I'm here and I glued them. So that's a nice fit. What I was saying is I did glue the valve covers on. Or put them on because I glued them on. Just to, be sure they're going to be dry whenever we go to start this thing. I just tapped that thing on. Oh, holy crap. Oh! Why are you so tight? We'll find out if that thing's centered. Holy crap. I know I didn't put it on this tight. Now, if it was an oil filter, on the other hand, I would question life. Because they've been miraculously tightened like crazy. Hey, right on. I know I said I was going to run the engine on this oil and then change it, but seeing how there's so much in here, I just want to get it out and start from a fresh baseline. To be honest, I honestly hate that phrase, to be honest. Main reason, the other option is to be dishonest. So if I'm saying to be honest, that means, I don't know, a percentage of the time I'm just, not honest. I don't know. American repertoire. But yeah, I just want to bend this thing down some. I think that'll give me enough clearance. And I need to do it so that, well, I don't screw up the rest of the pipe. This thing already looks like someone took a mallet to it. I do not know how well this is going to bend, because I don't want to, screw up this flange. Is the big problem, because it has to stay flat. That did move. You hear all the crap that's in here. Did move enough. Yes, it moved too much. So now I get the fun task of trying to unmove it, which honestly should be a little bit easier. I moved it just enough. Just enough to dent the backside to clear the header. It's touching the header just a little bit. I will massage it if I knew where a hammer was. Oil's done draining. All right, guys, this is going to be real quick. I have videos on how to change out a voltage regulator on Beetles and so on and so forth. It's exactly the same. Yes, I'm going through the back because Type 3, believe it or not, is easier. It's going to be hard for me to film in here. That's kind of why I'm just going to give you the quick briefing, for lack of better terms. Voltage regulator. We're removing that. The red wires go together. You splice them all together. And then there's that blue wire. And then there's a green wire somewhere down there that go into it. You splice them together. I use a disconnect for doing it. I don't actually like solder all the wires together and so on and so forth. If you watch my other videos, you know what I'm talking about. I'll show you what I use. Yeah, you can tell it's a little tight in here. And I'm also a little fat. Oh! Whew. I use one of these in a place. It's just a waterproof disconnect. Also work as a kill switch. Not in the greatest position, but also if it's there, you're pretty much the only one that knows it. But yeah, you have the starter, what is it? The starter wire, the chargeback wire. Wait, chargeback wire, 2 chargeback wires? You have three reds. You have the power going to the front of the car, which is a big wire. Ring terminal on it. Then you got the other two, I think. There should be two. If there's one, spliced somewhere else. But all three big red wires, or two. Ring terminal here, split, basically split the load. Front of the car goes on one side, rear of the car goes on the other side. And then that green wire, which is the field for gen or alternator, that will get spliced with the blue. Yeah. Don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure that's how that goes. Like 90% sure how it goes. I'll show you the aftermath after I sausage my way in there. It'd be easier for me to explain it when I have it done, because, like I said, yeah, you're just placing wires together. It's not rocket surgery. And, yeah, let me just do it. Let's not just talk about it. Let's be about it. It's wired. It is, number one, tight fit in there. But let me show you the aftermath. And it was three wires. That was correct. One was hiding or just wasn't actually attached. All right. See if I can aim. Oh, what terrible coordination. What the hell am I aiming at it already? All right. That's what we got. I'm sticking to things. That's what we have going on. One line on this side, the two lines on this side, and then the green and the blue, they get spliced together. So that, in theory, should charge the car. And as long as that's not tripped, that flag is in, it'll work normally. If you pop that, it's basically a big fuse. It's a resettable circuit breaker. So if that flag pops out, you get no power. So first thing you do is check that. Whew, it's warm. All right, let me clean up my mess in there. Straighten myself out a little bit. It's moist. Got to put the heating on, stuff like that. Put the ductwork, clean it up under there. Reflip everything. I'm keeping the voltage regulator because this thing works fine. It's a good spare to have. Solid state anyway. Button up that. Finish buttoning up the interior or whatever. We'll flip this thing, add oil in this, and crank it over, and hopefully she's going to fire. I haven't done anything to this engine yet as far as tuning or anything like that, other than how I got it. I'm hoping it's not going to need much. It was, like I said, it was a running engine. I'm just hoping on the removal and the installation process, mainly the removal because I didn't do it, it's just going to work. Also, I'm going to find out about my fuel lining. Should be enough to supply the way I have it, but I don't know yet. So we have oil. I'm hoping those valve covers don't leak. I did screw with the bridles. The clamps. Made them tighten down better. Because this engine's always leaked on that side. I think. Or it's had plenty of time to hopefully dry. Three quarts of oil, we'll dump this in. Hopefully it's not going to fill it up, at 75. There we go. It's good. Man, I feel my lip. That was stupid. Expected, but stupid. Well, not really expected. Stupid for something I would do. Expected for something I would do. All right, 3 quarts. Let's raise you up a little bit. Let's see what we got. Boop. Would you look at that? It's right on the freaking line. It's a little high just because it's still coming down the tube, but it's right there. Nothing circulated. It's not in like the heads or anything like that. All right. There's the hammer I was looking for. Son of a gun. Should we see if this thing works? Stripper caps on, everything I think is attached. Don't know if we're going to test drive it yet. Just because I do want to put that throttle extender on. I don't want to risk snapping that cable, I guess is what I'm getting at on a test drive. All right. What do we got? Pumps on. I don't know. Let's give it a whirl. Well, that was too easy. It's going to need a little bit of vital. And we are not charging. At least that charge light didn't kick on, off, whatever. Like I said, there's 2 ports back here. I can't remember which one does what. So we'll try the other one. Still sounds good. Smoke is a combination between the oil and just everything burning off. What's the clutch feel like? Oh! Clutch feels good. I was just watching for engagement. Might just give it a little bit of a idle adjustment. It's spot on, but a little low. Gonna let it run, warm up. I'm debating basically clear out the smoke that's coming out of everything and get wheels on this thing. I might take it out. I don't know. I gotta see how I feel. It's one of those things. I want to take it out correctly versus you know, I got to work on it again. But it sounds damn good. I'll be back with whatever they decide to do. All right, guys. It is, I think, the next day. I'm not sure. I put the throttle, it's been a few days. Anyway, throttle cable extender is on the car. I didn't record it. It was simple enough. If I remember, I'll bring it back there. But I had to basically shorten the cable, so cut the end off to put the extender on, because the end with the extender is too long. So I had to, in theory, shorten the cable to lengthen the cable. I don't know if that makes sense. Like I said, if I remember, I'll bring it back there, but it's nothing important. Anywho, what's more important is let's get this thing on the road. Let me fire this thing up, do my normal routine while this thing warms up. Shouldn't be that bad for warming up. The car does sound pretty dialed. I mean, the engine came out of another Type 3 and driving Type 3. I've had this thing, running. I had it ran up, changed oil, did a bunch of stuff. It's most likely just going to be a simple test drive, like normal. Plus, I'm going into traffic, and I hate driving in traffic. Well, I got about an hour before traffic really hits. But let's fire this thing up. Ooh. There we go. I'm waiting to hear that second bank kick on. There it is. Now it should be completely fine just to sit here and do its thing while I don't want to break that, while I open the gates and let this thing get a little heat into it. It does have a little bit of a low idle right now. It sits like 650 cold, and then she comes up to about 900 like 800 when it actually warms up. Nothing concerning. No choke, dual carb engine, 1835. So nothing I'm concerned about. But let me get the gates open, get the banana moved, and we'll be on the road. All right, guys. Well, we're motoring. I don't know if I'm going to get this into fourth gear, but I do remember he said that it likes to pop out, and I don't know if that's a trans issue or a bushing issue. I still smell the heat wrap burning off. So that's a smell that's gonna, I mean, if you've ever put heat tape on anything, heat wrap, it takes a minute to get burnt off and the smell to go away. I got a little bit of a pop out. Yeah, I got a bit of a backfire. It's exhaust. Nothing major. It's not engine related, but it is an exhaust pop, so I probably have a leak. Those exhaust donuts didn't look the best, and I think that was a fourth gear pull. Those exhaust donuts didn't look the best, so I might grow the clamps anyway. So I think I have some extra ones. I'll throw it on and see if that solves it. But I think a lot is that the header itself. It's just, well, you probably saw it in the video. It's pretty knackered. Second is weird. Yeah, it's definitely a air getting into the exhaust pop. It's not engine. And you can trust me because I put the engine in. Now, she's cruising nicely. Like I said, this is a quick test run. I don't think there's going to be any issues that I'm going to be able to say find, except for second gear being dumb. And fourth felt fine. I might try to adjust the shifter, give it a little more throwback, because it feels like it's It feels like it's a worn scenario. Because fourth also feels a little funky going in. Yeah, it's like it's really notchy. One and three feel fine. That's third gear down. So yeah, I can feel it not moving. That's maybe what he was talking about. I'll do a little adjustment. If anything, it's the shifter itself. It feels worn. But this car definitely has some giddy up now. Not afraid of it. Yeah, second gear, man. What a letdown. As far as being able to snatch gears, I think I have more of a throw. I could say split the difference. Basically bring the shifter, what would I need to do? Slide the base backwards some, so it'd give me more throw. I don't know. We'll take a look at it, or I'll take a look at it. I'll report back. That smell's slowly going away, so that's a nice thing. Yeah, I got used to it, which is, well, good. You might be able to hear in the mic, the exhaust is, or not the exhaust, the backfires pretty much went away. I'm thinking it is a heat issue, to where whatever's leaking is sealing itself. See, that was a good engagement. Maybe we have trans issues. I will say this engine is torquey, which is real nice. I want to check his vents in the front. I get a waft of fuel every now and then. And it's coming from the front of the car. I mean, third gear. Let's just use third. Lug it a bit. Apparently 25 miles an hour. I mean, plenty of power. I just wish this second gear shift was better. It engages. It's just like right there. It's fine. It's in the gear. I did adjust the clutch a couple. Like right there, still has a little bit too much forward spring. I don't know. I'll try to adjust it if that works, or if it can be dialed out. Mint. If not, might just suggest throwing a new shifter in it, because at that point a new shifter is cheaper, a cheaper option than a transmission. I mean, there's that. But yeah, it's running good, idling fine, nothing feels amiss. I'll double check. I might turn the RPM down just a scotch. It sounds like she's again, first time on the road with this engine. It sounds like she is maybe running about 1,000 right now. Now that we got some heat on it, so on and so forth, or in it, like actual drive heat. Yeah, it's transmission. I'll screw with it, but I think it's in the linkage. Like the hockey stick might be bent or something like that. Gear selector inside the nose cone. Don't quote me on that, but it's something just feels off, and it could just be a simple adjustment. But on the way back to the shop, it's like I said, I just want to make sure the motor wasn't going to fall out of this damn thing. Everything's working as it should. No lights, which is good. Almost dropped the F-bomb. Third gear from a pull. I mean, not bad for 25 miles an hour. Backfiring went away. Yeah, it's definitely cold natured, like a cold engine pop. Yeah, something's probably just getting hot enough to swell. But anyway, I'll close it out in big cam. It's warm in here. Everything's off. Whew, it's just warm in here. Anyway, hot start, no gas. There it is, it recovered. You hear the generator or the alternator now trying to do things. Am I blowing heat? No. It is just warm in here. Is that blowing heat? No. Do they blow heat? Actually, yes. All right. So it's just warm in here. Oh. It's warm in here. Big brain thinking. Because I have the engine cover off and, well, the engine is technically inside the car with me. So now I'm just getting all the engine heat. Yep, that checks out. I'm an idiot. But anyway, let me close out this video. I'll walk you through it. I'm going to... it's here, right? Where's the hood pop on one of these? It should be right there, right? It's not in the glove box. Watch me struggle. Yeah, I was right. It's just hidden... The fuse block is actually holding up. I want to see, like, every now and then I'd hit a bump or get a slosh, and I just smelled like a raw gas. It wasn't like engine raw gas. It was just like vapor. So let me just check that out. I might have a weird vent or something like that, or the hose might need to be replaced. I don't know. But anyway, drives over. Car did great. I'll call him, tell him to come get this thing. Yeah, I'll just wrap it up on the big cam. I gotta get out of here. It's warm. Sorry for the short test drive, but I mean, what more? Oh yeah, I want to move the shifter around, but it is in the trans because right now it's fine. I think the synchro is going out because I get resistance, and you can feel the shifter actually. Ooh, excuse me. You feel the shifter actually trying to push forward on you. I don't think it's an adjustment. I'll do it anyway, but I know it's not going to help. One of those things. Join me in a big cam. All right, guys, because I don't feel like setting up the big cam right now, and engine's obviously open. I cannot find anything under here. Nothing's wet. Nothing's, ridiculous. No wetness. But it is running a German line for one of the vents, as well as that. Problem being, I don't know if it's gas store related because this is all glued down. I do not want to rip this up and possibly damage it on a happenstance that may or may not be there kind of thing. Car drove, obviously. If there's no leaks under the car, we'll consider it good. But yeah, let me get you set up on your other set of legs and close this one out. Guys, just got done, editing this video. And as you can tell, this is not the same car we started on. Somebody in this room, yeah, it would be me, forgot to record an outro. There, I said it. I'm not perfect. So I'm going to write say the outro in front of this thing now. Yep, this is how today's going already. Anywho, Type 3 did get picked up, obviously. It's not here. Type 3 got picked up. The owner is enjoying it. But, caveat with that said, it is going to be coming back. Few little issues with it. After it gets off the highway, doesn't want to hold an idle, got to blip the throttle, so on and so forth. Keep it running. Highway only. I'm thinking I might have the timing just a little too spicy. You got to back it off. Also, there is a pop every now and then, I guess, out of one of the carburetors. So I just want to go through, check the carbs, check the timing. It should be fine, but like I said, the stalling off the highway, to me, it's a running hot issue. I could be wrong. I'm also going to delete the fuel loop that I have going on. Maybe it can't recover for some reason. I'm not sure. But I'll change the pump, put a different pump in, and get rid of the loop. Again, not a big deal. It's all on me anyway. I want you guys to enjoy your cars when you get them from me. I don't want you to think there's an issue. What else was there? I think that's it for the major issues, which aren't really major. They're just, teething leaks. Oh, oil pressure light is apparently coming on now too, which is also never had an issue out of the other Type 3 that engine came out of, as far as I know, with the oil pressure. But I did not change the sending unit, thing that sits on top of the oil cooler. I have a spare. Well, by spare, I still have his engine, old engine. I'm going to rob it out of there, put it into there. I know the thing has oil pressure, or hoping it has oil pressure. I'm hoping it's just a sticky sending unit. So with that said, we'll swap that out, and hopefully that alleviates any other uh-ohs as far as an oil pressure. Because he does say when he hits the gas, the light goes out. So I don't know what his definition of light on is. I don't know if it's just like, flickering, because engines get hot, oil gets thin, pressure goes down. Just the nature of the beast is how that works. So I don't know if that spring is just like sticking and it just can't, or if the engine does have a lower oil pressure, because like I said, running maybe a little hot, got a little thin. So we'll diagnose it when it comes back. But with that said, closing out this video. If you like this episode, however it came out, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. If you do, I promise you we will chit chat. As always, thanks for watching. Hopefully, see you in the next one. You'll never guess what we're working on next.